Hello everybody, it's Bubba Rob. How's it going? Oh, what a beautiful day. Anyways, I'm gonna put my visor down. Hope everybody can see me. There's a little bit of a reflection here in the car today. But it's such a beautiful day. I'm overlooking the Pacific Ocean here. It's a beautiful thing. Anyways, what do I want to talk about today? A couple things kind of disturb me, actually. And you know, I should preface to say, even though my channel is quite small and I only have, a certain reach, I guess, right? But I really believe that when I'm doing or saying what I'm doing, I at least have some efficacy of what I say. It's not worrying about really offending anybody, but, I find the whole political situation in Canada, there's a lot of identity politics, right? People follow certain things. I don't want this to sound like a trolling video, but a lot of YouTube influencers will give you their point of view, and I've talked about this before, and they'll make a story to fit the narrative or what they believe. And regardless of what you think, that really is identity politics. It's not really based on fact. It's taken maybe possibly little bits of truth and piecing it together and making it fit a story, right? This is what social media condemns regular media doing the same thing, but they all do it. The other thing that disturbs me, like if you're out there and you're going to get yourself a degree in journalism degree. You go to any university that's teaching it, you're going to see certain prerequisites to get in the course, and then there's going to be the course outline and what you need to learn, and there's a lot of courses in ethics, and I'm sure there's philosophy there involved, and that's there for a reason. It's to hopefully whoever's taking the course, who's going to become a journalist, provides the information in a non-biased manner. Right? That is completely different than the free speech topic. Okay? That's right. That's just the way that is. And to be honest with you, I find a lot of the stuff I've been seeing lately extremely biased and pointed in a certain direction. I'll give you an example, and I won't say whose channel I saw it on, because that would be really trolling, and I'm not giving them the opportunity to defend themselves. But there is this clip came up, and it was like, Pierre Poilievre destroyed woke media, blah 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 blah. So I watched it. Then I went and found the actual clip from, I think it was from CTV News reporting, and it was Pierre Poilievre. There's a flag of BC behind him in a construction site. And the thing I really zeroed in on, there was a question whether or not he agreed with Daniel Smith going to Mar-a-Lago. Now, that is a real hot topic in Canada. I don't think it's completely blown over, and it may never blow over. And I've talked about that before, and I've made fun of it. And I believe I have every right to be a little satirical about it, because That really is a classic example of not being a team player, whether she has her reasons or not. Whatever. So, anyways, Pierre Poilievre was asked the question, do you condone, and I'm paraphrasing, the actions of Daniel Smith? So, anyway, so he goes into this speech that was definitely well practiced before he said it, talking about the cancellation of the 2 different pipeline projects and all this stuff, how it's interfered with Canada and how we're completely subservient in selling our, our oil to the States to be refined, and this is why we're in such a predicament with these tariff threats. Well, now, when I talk about let people's actions and not their words determine what's really going on, and it speaks to the truth, that was a classic example, because quite frankly, he never answered the question. But he did. He did by his actions. And the reason I'm saying that is, even though he didn't give a simple yes or no, which he routinely asks for in the House of Commons when he's badgering, Trudeau and who's ever standing in for him, rightfully so, right? And this isn't anti-conservative or liberal or anything, but this is his, the actions, right? So he did exactly what he accuses the option of what they do and not being truthful. But where he was truthful by not answering and answering the way he did, he was giving an excuse for why Daniel Smith behaved the way she did. And, it's actually a pretty good excuse. But he's condoning it. Now, is that anti-Canadian? Or is that, what is that? I don't know. I don't necessarily think it's anti-Canadian. I mean, he's definitely sticking up for his friend. But it's definitely, sorry, I got some stuff in my eye. But again, he's being somewhat of a hypocrite because he didn't directly answer the question. But if you had a half a brain and you watched it and watched his body actions, he definitely did. So he's definitely telling you which way he leans. Now, I had somebody commented on one of my videos, asked me, basically, who are you to tell, what experience have you got? But I have talked about that before, and I'll do a video about it. But, I did work up in the oil patch one time, and I won't say the name of the company, but, I was up there, and the one thing I noticed is there's a lot of subsidiary companies that subcontract to, say, what would be Esso, right? So you could have a Leadcore or Kiewit or whoever it is, right? And the thing I found that I noticed, and I was talking about this with my friend yesterday, who's the lawyer, that the people who really run the oil patch are those main companies like Esso, right, that control the development, because they're the ones that are making the investments. So if we honestly think the reason those pipelines were squashed by Trudeau once they had been started was to do with environmental concerns, in my opinion, I think we got fucking rocks in their heads for brains. That was not done for environmental reasons. That was done to control the flow of the oil. End of story. Think about it, right? So, you know, we as human beings are pretty gullible and pretty stupid to believe that identity politics and special interest groups aren't used to shape our opinions and use an excuse for a policy. I mean, really think about it. Does it really make any sense? Can it really make any sense like somebody like Stephen Guilbeault really has that much influence? No bloody way. Think about it. Just doesn't happen. And that's why I'm on here, because I think it's extremely important for people to really have the ability to think for themselves and not necessarily just watch things that reinforces your opinion, right? Because if that's all you're doing is adding to the ignorance, strictly. I mean, that's just utter stupidity, complete stupidity, right? If my reasoning for doing this video is just for me to tell you, you should believe what I believe, what am I adding to as far as society in general? Not just Canadian society, but society in general. I'm not giving you nothing. I'm not being responsible. I'm not being a good human being, right? We as individuals, if we're going to put ourselves out there on social media and be an influencer, we really need to be responsible for our behavior. It's got to be a self-check, right? I mean, free speech is great, right? Allows me to do what I'm doing. But I have to have some ethical standards or a strong set of core beliefs to put something out there without being fact-checked, whether or not I'm contributing in an honest manner, right? That's why guys like Donald Trump get away with so much bullshit, right? They're able to diffuse the environment. That's why Justin Trudeau lasted so long, because he's a good bullshitter. That's just my opinion. The guy never answers a question. Never. But his actions sure answer a lot. Right? That's why everybody's fed up with him. That's why our country is in the mess it's in. Right? There's no substance. So the next, next time you watch something, really sit down and dissect it. Don't necessarily watch something that's put out right after something happens. Give yourself a few days to let it mull around in your brain a little bit before you make a decision. Start using, again, Dr. Google as your research assistant, right? Start looking for things. Educate yourself. What can I say? Can't say too much. I just want people to think for themselves a little bit. Anyways, that's my thought for today. Philosophy of Bubba Rob. Anyways, I really appreciate the comments, and there's been a little bit of growth in my channel. I think last 3 days I had 13 new subscribers. I lost one. I don't know if it's a new one I lost, but I lost one. So I'm up 12. That's pretty good. And keep those comments coming. Be your own person, okay? Don't let identity politics control your thought process, right? See things for what they are. Love your neighbor, okay? Have the discussion. Anyways, I'm going to sign off now. Remember, the most important thing in this world to be a good person, good Stoic, Canadian, American, whatever your is the most important thing is to be kind. Remember, love you all, be good, and be thankful and present that every day you get up. Okay? Have a great day. Bye-bye.